So guys, today we are talking about weight shift and how this will influence shot shaping. So how does weight shift enhance or dictate sometimes what your shot shaping is going to be? Well, I see people really struggling for shot shaping because they're not able to alter the path properly, okay? So what we're talking about here is, obviously, if you want to hit a draw, we know that you've got to be coming in to out. If you're wanting to hit a fade, we know that you've got to be coming out to in. But how your weight moves across your feet is going to be key to this, okay? So if I want to hit a draw, as an example, what obviously I'd do is, not going into setup yet, but in terms of when I'm making the motion of my swing, I'll get the feeling of my weight shifting diagonally, okay, and pressuring into my left toe box for a little longer. So pressure into that left toe box, and then I'd open up through the shot, okay, because once I go lateral that way, so diagonal, okay, in the direction of the shaft here, what it does is it allows the club to come more from the inside, which will give me that draw shape, okay, because that's what the path's going to do. But conversely, if I want to hit a fade, obviously I'd be a bit more open, but what I'd be trying to do is get the feeling of rotating more and opening into this left heel. What this does is it helps with the shoulders, because if I'm moving into that left heel, the shoulders open more. If I'm moving on to the left toe box, the shoulders are a little bit more closed. They're going to dictate what angle the club comes into the ball, so that's going to give the in to out with the slightly more closed shoulders and the out to in with the shoulders opening more. Now, what we're then going to look at is, okay, what do we need to do to help with that shot shaping in terms of address? So we're going to make sure that for a draw, that the stance is a little bit closed, okay? And this is going to be more to the right of the target than where the club face is. The club face will be where we want the ball to start, okay? And the body is going to be more positioned so that right of that, so that will influence the path, okay? The one thing I see most people getting a little bit wrong in shot shape is they don't always change ball position, okay? So if I'm going to be hitting a draw, what I'd be doing is pulling that ball position back. Because if I hit the ball earlier in the circle, okay, the club face can still be coming in a little bit open. I want to make sure that if I'm hitting a draw, the ball starts to the right of the target and moves back to the left of the target, okay? That is key. I've got to make sure that's happening. I can't have the ball starting on target and moving away. It cannot cross the target line. So that's vital, okay? So if I was going to hit the draw, what I'm going to make sure I do is get that ball position a little bit further back in the stance, angle the body to the right, okay? Stance is there a little bit, shoulders are closed, okay? And then what I always like to do is rehearse what a draw impact feels like. So a draw impact, I'll push into the toe and then open, so I can feel where that body is positioned. I feel how that club is coming from the inside. This could form part of your pre-shot routine. It's really going to help you influence that path. So we'll get right in here, ball's a touch further back, body's a little closed, making sure that I'm going to hit this little draw, okay, and make sure I'm hitting it earlier in the circle, shifting my weight diagonally. Okay, so that's got a draw and moved, started right at target and drawn back. Now, conversely, if I want to hit a fade, what we're going to be looking at is exact opposite, okay? I'm going to be trying to make sure that body is open at address. I'm going to be pointing to the left. I'm going to get the feeling of the pressure shifting more towards the heel so the body can open up. What I see with loads of people, fades, they hit a push fade, it starts to the right of target and moves miles off, okay? Well, the club is obviously coming in too open. So to help with that, get the ball a bit further forwards, experiment with this, okay? So you can then learn to get the right start line that will work with the shot shape that you're after. So obviously we went back for the draw, we a bit more forwards for the fade, okay? And then what we're going to then do is, it's going to be forwards for the fade, so the club face got the ability to start to close, and we're going to be open with the shoulders. So what I'm going to do right here is going to get the ball further forwards in the stance, get the shoulders open and the hips open. Same impact feel, well, different, but same idea of the pre-swing feeling of impact moving into the heel, get the feeling of everything opening, and get the feeling of the path coming more out to in. What we're then going to do, ball's further forwards, get the feeling for the fade swing, See, shoulders are open. I'm going to make sure that I move my weight into that left heel more aggressively, which will then start to shift that path more to the left. So then this gives you then the feeling of making sure that the body is opening through the ball. So you influence the ball position on what you want to see for curvature, okay? So for me, I have a tendency, like I say, of keeping it a bit open. So I like to play that fade a little bit further forwards and making sure that those body alignments are in. So what you're trying to do as the take homes for this is learn how the weight goes more towards the toe earlier for the draw and then into the heel, and how it accelerates into the heel earlier for the fade. Finding that impact position for more open, or feeling like you're more in the shot or more over the ball for the draw, so it felt like I was more in the toe and then into the heel. Rehearse that. It's a great thing, okay? If you rehearse those feelings and impact, what you then do, give yourself the opportunity to actually replicate that when you're striking the ball. So always be aware, body alignment, okay, club face alignment and ball position are all going to come together. The swing isn't changing, but the weight shift is changing. So that's going to influence what that path does, and it's a really simple way for you to be able to control the direction and curvature on your golf ball, and therefore be able to lower your scores and be able to access pins in different locations than you would have struggled with ordinarily. If you like this video, comment below. What sort of videos would you guys like to see? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thanks for watching, and talk with you again very soon.